Madam Mayor, good morning, and my thanks for taking the time to listen to the following presentation. So, what I'd like to discuss with you this morning is the current state of the community's communication and media resources, and what, if any, improvements and or additions can be made to the existing setup currently utilised by the residents. Firstly, I think it's important to note that the village itself, most likely due to its proximity deep in the English countryside, hasn't really changed all that much in the last 80 years, and today is almost identical to the place that I myself grew up in. There's still just the one shop from which to buy groceries, still just the one butcher's to buy meat from, and still just the one public phone box from which to contact the outside world in the event of, say, an emergency, should somebody find themselves without access to a cell phone, home phone, or internet-enabled computer. The 13th century church still provides the residents with Sunday service, and the village hall still stands as a place where they can congregate for all manner of community gatherings, from plays put on by the village drama group to exhibitions of local artwork. And the demographic of the residents themselves are as white and British now as they probably were when the village was first settled nearly 1,000 years ago. In fact, the community seems to have remained so much the same that upon recently visiting my former home for the first time in over a decade, it felt just as isolated from the outside world as it ever did, perhaps even more so. Something that might be attributed to this new feeling of isolation is the new motorway bypass that was completed in the years since I moved away, and it seems to have taken away the previously heavy flow of traffic that would have had to pass through the village. Traffic containing families that might have enjoyed a meal at the local pub or even just a tour of the village itself. And as a result, most of Warmington's businesses that relied on this custom brought to them by the old road have either closed down or had to downsize. My proposal for trying to combat this new lack of tourism would be to give Warmington an online presence in the form of a website, one that advertises not only the historical nature of the village, but also the idyllic setting that it offers for families wanting somewhere quiet and safe to raise their children. The website could also be used as a form of virtual village hall, providing the community with a place that they can discuss public matters, share and gain information, or simply chat to other residents. And I suspect that my proposal would be a very good one, had I not already discovered in the course of my research for this presentation that somebody has already beaten me to it. The Warmington Village Web is the online face of its real-world counterpart, providing information on news and upcoming events, places of interest, public services, and even allows site visitors to send friends and family an online postcard from their virtual visit to the village. Far from isolating the community even further by allowing its residents to communicate without the need to do so in person, I feel that the Warmington Village Web complements and strengthens the real-world community gatherings at the church and village hall no end, and it's something that I really wish had been in place when I lived there. And despite the village's current teenage generation having access to the rest of the planet via the World Wide Web, something that hadn't even been invented when I left, I would wager that they are only a little less naive about other cultures than I was at the same age, and so being paired with a foreign community would be a great way for them to become a bit more world-wise. I thank you for your time, Madam Mayor, and hope that my presentation has gone some way to increasing your knowledge of the community's current media resources and future requirements, especially in light of the fact that, according to Warmington's Wikipedia page, a population of only 874 is just that bit too small a community to actually have a mayor.